Hey guys, Coops here from the Whole Box and Dice. Told you last time I wanted to do some spoiler videos from the new set, Aether Revolt, and I thought I'd kind of break it down into a couple of videos over each different colour. Told you what's jumped out at me now that we've seen the full set, and why don't we start with everyone's favourite colour, blue. And if your favourite colour is not blue, then you just haven't played blue. You just don't know it yet. But there's some nasty stuff that they printed, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of these cards, and I've tried to pick out a couple of each rarity kind of thing. So we'll cover the spectrum, and give us your thoughts. If you think I've missed something, if there's a great blue card that I've left out, or if I've missed a play with one of these, let us know in the comments. But this is the Aether Revolt blue spoiler, or I guess review take on first impressions here before we see him go into play. And the first card we're going to look at is a common instant, and it is Take Into Custody, which is, as I said, it's an instant for one. It's just blue. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Excellent. Great. Exactly the kind of card I want to see printed. It's like Rush of Ice, but at instant speed, and I'll happily trade off the instant speed for not having an awaken cost, whilst I like the awaken for late game scenarios where you don't have another play. This is great. Yeah, it shuts tempo down, which is always good. And love getting off cheap spells. It's super easy to play. And just it's a solid card. It's a solid card. It's a common as well. It's great for Pauper as well, which is awesome. But I'm sure we will see, maybe only as a sideboard, but I'm sure we'll see this as just a really handy way of just taking back some control. From some of these faster decks, and tapping a creature down and having it not untapped during its opponent's next untap set is great as well. So, Take Into Custody, great start, Wizards. Next one we're going to look at here, and this one is an uncommon, and it is the Shielded Aether Thief, which is for 2, a generic and a blue, and it's a Vedalken Rogue with Flash, 0 power, 4 toughness. Whenever it blocks, you get an energy, and you can tap it and pay 3, draw a card. Really interesting, this one. I don't think we've seen anything that has a block energy generating trigger. The fact that you can flash it on for 2 is great as well. I really like this card. It has a couple of different applications. I'm not sure if it's actually going to see play, but I feel like it's just unique enough that it can. The ability you can flash it on and take a damage, get yourself an energy. The card draw is nice as well. At the end of your turn, after you've blocked a creature, if you've got this guy still up, you can pay the energy for that card draw, which is always nice as well. And I'll be excited to see if this guy fits in, because I think the Aether Thief has a chance. So fingers crossed, we'll see where this guy goes. Next card here, and we're jumping up into the rares, and it's probably one of the, I don't know, maybe most talked about cards, but everyone's got an opinion on this one, and it is Disallow, which is for 3, a generic and 2 blue. It's an instant, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, but you can't stop mana abilities. Great. Excellent. Perfect. This is exactly the kind of spell that I wanted to see, printed for blue. Like, Summary Dismissal is excellent, but the fact that you can get it, 1 cheaper, this is so good. Great for those decks that have, like a counter for, like, Emrakul's Body, when it lands on the floor, it lands on the battlefield, but no counter for the cast trigger. This is excellent, and this will be great. With something like Baral, by the way, and which we'll talk about, but I think it's probably the next card we're going to do. This makes just for 2 blue. I know you need the double blue, but there is just going to be some really nice, blue setup decks. Maybe mono blue. There's enough creatures in there. Mono blue energy kind of thing looks really, really solid. And even just all the blue control decks. I'm sure they'll run this. It'll be interesting to see what the split between Void Shatter and this is, because obviously, Void Shatter still has the Exile, which unless Green Black Delirium drops off the face of the planet, it's going to be still relevant to take those cards out of the graveyard. But Disallow, super, super solid card. Like the art on this one as well. I'm sure it'll look sick in foil, so fingers crossed, put one of them at the pre-release. Next one that we're going to jump into, and it's very relevant because it follows on from the flavor text from this guy, and that is Baral, the Chief of Compliance. And if you paid attention to the last card, that's Baral in this one. So he's got a killer suite of cards. Old Baral, or Baral, pronunciation, like Wizards just, they don't care. Like, until someone more senior says something and I go, oh, I've been pronouncing that wrong the whole time. I'm going to stick to Baral. I think that works. He's a 2 mana, 1 generic and a blue creature. He's a legendary and he's a human wizard. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Excellent. That is just a super, super solid creature. Yes, he's a little bit squishy, falls to obviously the Harness Lightning, but, it doesn't fall to Shock, which I'm sure I'll cover when I do Red. It doesn't fall to the first Galvanic Bombardment's played, so that's handy as well. And he can protect himself by making counter spells cheaper, or making spells in general cheaper. Does this make Glimmer viable now for blue, like in blue-red spells? The fact that you can have 4 mana up and cast both Glimmer and Negate that's got to be enticing, right? Like that's solid. Anticipate is now just dumb. That's just insane card selection. For one, I think there are going to be some of these blue spells that people will roll the dice. If we have to pay the full cost, we pay the full cost. But with Baral out, they make these really, really cheap. And the draw discard is solid as well. Where the Fiery Temper comes back into this deck for the Madness, or in Grixis, where the things like Arms of the Vein comes back in. Neat little, to the face damage trick. I'm sure that Madness suite will be revisited by blue with this card, because the loot is always good, and there'll be ways to take advantage of the discard as well. Maybe even take inventory. Take inventory. Yes, it's at sorcery speed, but it comes down to 1, which is great as well. Probably Anticipate still has the edge on it, but 4 mana for I think 7 cards in total. That's pretty solid. Maybe more than 7 actually when you played your 4th and final copy. So let's see, Baral. He's crazy. Maybe my second favorite, only behind the monkey generating red legendary. But yeah, really, really cool. When we saw him on the last card. So Baral, Chief of Compliance, love your work. Does it replace Thing in the Ice in that 2 slot? I don't know, because Thing has that really solid sweep trigger on it on the 4th cast, but just those spells cheaper plus the draw, hey, you can never go wrong with that. So I'm sure we'll see decks with 3 copies of this guy, and if not for the legendary rule, you'd have 4 in all your decks. So jumping on next one, and probably my second favorite of the expertise again. I still think maybe the red one's just a little bit better than this. And this one is his expertise, so Baral's expertise, which is a sorcery for 5, which is 3 generic and 2 blue. Return up to 3 target artifacts and or creatures to their owner's hands. You may cast a card with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana costs. So this is crazy. This is a crazy spell. I'm sure we will just see an absolute abuse with Blue White Flash, pulling back stuff with the ETBs. You'll be able to double with Panham. Take some big threats off your opponent's board as well, which is always good. That 4 cost card, there's so many great cards you can get out at 4. Running blue-red, you can combo this into the red expertise. You can drop things like a Glimmer on the board as well, which is really solid. I'm sure there'll be some clever 4 mana spells that, whilst probably don't want to pay for, if you can combo off this, make for a great addition. And I'm sure we'll see that. I don't know what the Surge suite looks like, if we can see some really clever spells that take advantage of that, or paying 5 and then getting off a really solid Surge. So I'm sure we'll have lots of investigation looking into that. And that's probably something that I'm going to look at as well. I play Grixis, Brain in the Jar, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm super pumped for the full expertise suite to drop straight into that deck, as well as just allow. So, get behind it blue, number 1. That's what you want, guys. Last one, and this is maybe my favorite card of the set. Maybe just edges out the Lizard, just because there was a headline that was like, if Godzilla mated with an electric eel, new Magic spoiler card. And I was like, excellent, great. I'm playing the Godzilla electric eel, spawn of deck. But this one is the Enchantment Aura 4/4, which is Mechanized Production. And so 2 generic and 2 blue. As I said, it's an Enchantment Aura. You enchant an artifact that you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted artifact, Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same names as another, you win the game. Like, thank you so very much, Wizards. Like, 2 ridiculous applications straight off the bat. Number 1, enchant something that has a top 5 ETB trigger in the game, like Gearhulk, for example. Every turn, just make another Gearhulk. Maybe you've got Panharmonicon out. Make 2 Gearhulks. Just keep making Gearhulks. Enchant the white Gearhulk and just keep the board clear down. Until you're ready to just cause some serious problems. Enchant the blue Gearhulk to recycle all your instants. Just keep playing Anticipates, keep going through your library, keep playing Glimmers. Enchant the black Gearhulk and just heal for days. Or the other application, go for the sneaky win. And this is the deck that I'm going to build. This is going to be the first F&M deck that I take with the new set, and it's going to be maybe Bant. I've got to have a look. I kind of want to get Tamiyo and Dovin and in there, maybe even Jace. But this is going to be Investigate, Bant, and there's a card in white, which I'm sure you all know. Maybe you've forgotten about it. Never really took off. It tried, which is called Sigarda's Aid. And you can cast equipments or auras as if they had flash. Creating clues is not hard at all. Evolving Wilds with Tyler's Tracker. You've got the Herbal Illuminator, which allows you to double investigate. You've got Fragrant Inspector. You've got so many ways that you can generate clues. Tamiyo's Journal stuff, Bribery Patrol. So many ways to generate clues. If I can flash this on in your end step, giving you no chance to stop me, yeah. It is a kind of infuriating win that here at the Whole Box and Dice we are all about. There is nothing better. I used to play Harmless Offering, Triskite Echophobia, give it to them, let them kill themselves in their upkeep. It is excellent. It sucks they printed that legendary land for Triskite Echophobia. Unfortunately, you can just tap that and take a life down. But ignoring that, we're doing blue today, not lands. This is dumb. I love this card. I hope it sees some play. I hope it doesn't wreck anything. I know the servos are super easy to generate in the format as well. But just such a solid card. And the other application, just creating a new creature each turn, that's great. That'll be so much fun. There'll be some ridiculous re-ETBs that we set up, and that's blue for you. That's what I reckon some of the cool takeaways from the blue set from Aether Revolt's going to be. And like I said, I can't wait to play with these cards. Hopefully I pull a couple of them in the pre-release, and if you think I've missed something, jump in the comments, let me know. If you're on the same page and you want to build that Filthy Band deck, you do want to build the Filthy Band Investigate deck. Jump in the comments, let me know what you think you'd put in it. I've been Coops from the Whole Box and Dice. I'm going to do one of these for each of the colors, so hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, get the notifications when I put the next one out. Probably do red, I'm super pumped to do the Legendary Monkey. I hope that token artwork is crazy, by the way. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, I'm committed in 2017. Can't wait to bring you guys more content, chat Magic with you, and see what's on the card. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.